Hi everyone, and specifically Hello Harmony. I How do I put this into words? You asked about giving experiences. I guess particularly with coming out and things like that. Mine, I think, was a little different than some people's. You see, everyone lives far away from me. It's strange having no blood relatives anywhere nearby. To give you a little bit of background, my family puts me under a lot of pressure, or at least they used to, about being something, about what they expect from me. And they don't even really say it, just feel it, that to many of them, my being an artist just is a little much for them to take. Or my being bisexual, or whatever else I am. And my being trans is a very big block in my family now. It always was. I never was myself. I created a whole persona to the point where I didn't even know who I was for years. And now I have to struggle with finding out who I am now. I don't like almost everything about who I was, or at least I don't like the parts I use to express who I really am. So coming out was very difficult, particularly on my father's side, because really they were the reason why I couldn't just be myself. Dad was not around, and so there was an urge in me to somehow bridge that gap by being the perfect son, which I couldn't do because of my bipolar, and because I'm an artist, and because there was something I didn't understand about myself at that time. And I couldn't connect with that whole section. I loved them dearly. Some of me still does. And they were there, but they weren't there. And I couldn't talk to them. I didn't know what it was. Why wasn't I able to contact them? Why wasn't I able to really communicate? My dad kind of got bitter about that. I had to come out over the phone. My dad had already figured it out, just from talking with other family members and finding I was living openly at that time, and there was a few things on the internet that he saw. Just, pictures of me and how I was posting. And so here he is, waiting for me to come out to him, trying to make me come out to him. And I had to do it in my own time. And he was bitter about that as well. He seemed accepting, and he was not. There's a whole video about it, and how I wasn't impressed, and everything else with that. He considers my chosen name, Jennifer Bone, to be some sort of weird sex thing, and I still don't quite understand why everyone just wants to jump. Not everybody, but so many people want to just assume that, and it's just the name that happened. It's who I am. I don't want to be anyone else. I like Jennifer Bone. And I know there are other people named Bone in the world, so. And he didn't like that. and it flipped him out. And he refused. Oh, hello, Mary. Yes, you get your moment on the sun. There you go. This is important here. Anyways, so he acted okay and then was gone pretty much from my life. I don't know when or if he's going to be willing to return to it. And right now, I don't really want him. He hasn't been there, and he obviously doesn't want to be there. Now, that's one reaction I've had. I've come out to both my grandparents, and it's astonishing. When I say both grandparents, I mean on my mother's side. Uh, I don't speak to the one on my father's side. That side of my family's kind of gone from me right now. I came out to them, and my grandmother doesn't understand. Excuse me, come on. Doesn't understand, but she's very supportive, and so to see me happy means the world to her. And she's been nothing but there for me. She's even trying to refer to me as her granddaughter. The name I often grew up under was Sunny, and I don't really want that anymore. But still, she refers to that, and eventually it'll be Jenny. But it could take a while. My grandfather, I had the issue of, everyone's like, don't tell him, he'll freak out, he'll take you out of the will and everything. But I love the man, and even though we have a hard time connecting, I decided I would tell him. Again, over the phone. His reaction was surprising. He said, "Are you thinking about it? Are you sure?" And he accepted that, and that was it. I mean, I don't know how accepting is going to be in the long run, but it's nice to know he wasn't upset in the short run. My aunt, on the other hand, doesn't know what to think. She's hesitant to let me interact with her kids, doesn't want them to know about people like me, and she's convinced that I'm doing something because of childhood trauma or some crap. But she is talking to me, and she is trying to get a grip on what's going on. It's all you can ask for. And finally, my brother knew for longer than anyone else and didn't tell me that he knew because he wanted me to come out to him in my own good time. He is amazing, and I love him very much. I'm the same person to him. He knew for a long time, I think. Maybe longer than I consciously knew. And of course, coming out to friends, it's gone well. Your feelings towards friends might change as their feelings towards you change, but that happens anyway in life. The biggest lesson you can get from coming out is that everyone will react differently, and there's no telling how someone will react. Sometimes someone you think would be completely not okay will change the way they think. Other people you think won't be. It's a personal experience, and you have to decide when. You have to decide whether you do it. You have to decide. It's all about you. This is your journey, and you have freedom in that. You don't have to do anything that you don't want to. You don't have to do it in any particular order. So this doesn't just go out to Harmony. This goes out to all my sisters and all my F to M brothers and all the intersects and everybody. It's a process. It can hurt. It's once you're done in a way that's satisfactory to you, you'll feel better. Just live your life the way you wish. I love you all. Bye.